Before we jump into the madness that is Spider-Verse versus Venom-Verse issue 3, let me set the stage for you. We're deep in the middle of a multiversal war, and this one's got everything. Betrayals, desperate alliances, giant mechs. So let's do a quick catch up because things are getting intense. We're dealing with the web heart and the hive mind, cosmic embodiments of the spider totems and symbiotes. These two powerful entities have turned the multiverse into their battleground, recruiting champions from across realities to fight in their deadly games. But what's at stake? Everything. If the spiders lose, all spiders across the multiverse will be erased from existence. If the symbiotes lose, every symbiote will meet the same fate. The initial teams were stacked. On the spider side, we have Peter Parker's Spider-Man, Recluse, Spider-Prowler, Spider-Ham, and Weapon 8. The symbiote side consists of Venom, Eddie Brock, Agent Venom as Anne Weying, Spider-Venom, Viking Venom, and a mysterious unnamed fighter. Back in issue 2, Weapon 8 burned Viking Venom alive, shifting the balance, but Spider-Ham secretly took Weapon 8 out of the competition, something that's still kept as a secret. Both sides are now carrying traitors in their ranks, whether they realize it or not. And before we continue, let me just say that if you like this kind of content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. But anyway, let's crack on. As issue 3 begins, the second challenge is already kicked off. Spider-Prowler, recently kidnapped by the symbiotes, listens to them argue over their motives. As this is a fight for survival, they claim that they are forced to resort to violence, but Spider-Prowler believes they are lying to themselves. At their core, they just love destruction and violence. This fires him up, reminding him of how his own universe was devastated by the Kree, whom he calls nothing more than bullies. He recalls the lessons his version of Spider-Man left behind, even though he never actually met his Peter Parker before he died. And it's that legacy that pushes him to fight back, no matter the odds. Before the symbiotes can finish Spider-Prowler off, Peter Parker and the rest of the Spider team launch a rescue, and the arena explodes into chaos. Peter leaps onto Wrath, tackling her to the ground. He even throws in a comment about Wrath's Wakandan appearance, asking if she knows T'Challa, referencing their Avengers connections. Wrath states she doesn't know anyone with the name T'Challa and attacks Peter Parker with brutal fury. Meanwhile, Webweaver takes on Agent Venom, but is quickly knocked down by Agent Venom's strategic use of small explosives. Eddie Brock, now fighting on behalf of the spiders, confronts Spider-Venom. Spider-Venom mocks him, saying, "Show me you deserve to survive." But Eddie's mindset is separate to that of the rest of the symbiotes. He calmly replies, "We all deserve to survive." Then his symbiote erupts into a horrifying mess of tendrils lined with teeth, lunging at Spider-Venom with primal rage. This moment is key. Eddie's no longer just fighting to win, he's fighting to prove that survival doesn't have to come at the cost of compassion. Peter, still locked in with Wrath, tries to keep his humor alive. "This is my only suit," he jokes as she rips it apart. Wrath calls him a clown for even having to wear a suit. That's when Recluse re-enters the battle, delivering a devastating kick to Agent Venom, pinning her down. "We're not doing this dance again. No escaping, no bailouts," she says, hitting with enough force to momentarily separate the symbiote from its host. Spider-Prowler joins Eddie, and the two manage to knock Spider-Venom down. When Venom tries to compliment Prowler by saying, "Nice hit, kid, but we should stop," Spider-Prowler's rage boils over. "Don't you dare touch me," he snaps. Peter finally lands a hard blow on Wrath, sending her sprawling just as the timer starts counting down. 5 minutes left to reach the pillar on the opposite side of the arena. Anyone touching it when the timer ends advances to the next round. The fighters break off, sprinting towards the goal. Agent Venom is down, unconscious and separated from her symbiote. In a rare moment of vulnerability, the symbiote itself pleads with Recluse. "This isn't who Anne really is. She lost her son, she lost so many of our kind. She is drowning in grief, but she doesn't deserve to die. Kill me instead." Moved by the raw emotion, Recluse spares them both and moves towards the pillar. Meanwhile, Prowler's fury hasn't cooled. He yells at Eddie, "Your friends were going to kill me, Eddie. They wanted me dead. And next time I see you, I'll kill you too." Eddie is torn, still searching for a way that everyone, spider and symbiote alike, can survive. But he's quickly losing the trust of both teams. At the pillar, the spiders regroup with Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham, still hiding his betrayal, claims he got separated from Weapon 8 in the tunnels. Meanwhile, Webweaver doubts their own abilities, comparing themselves to legends like Peter, Recluse, Spider-Prowler, and even Spider-Ham. Peter reassures them, "You feel responsible, but you just haven't figured out your power yet." That's the hard part. The symbiotes regroup too, glaring daggers at Eddie. "Welcome home, traitor," they hiss. "We're going to kill you. You had a spider fight for you, so why did you come back?" Eddie doesn't know anymore. His hope for peace is fading. Noting that the spiders are also set on war, Wrath warns, count yourself lucky we're outnumbered. Otherwise, you'd be dead already. Then the web heart and hive mind escalate things. The final round begins. This time, there are no more pillars, no more timers, no compromise. One side must be completely erased. The last team with a conscious member standing wins, no matter how long it takes. To balance the sides, both teams gain new members. The spiders welcome a legendary hero, Takuya Yamashiro, the emissary from Hell from Japan. Peter instantly recognizes him, and they exchange a look of mutual respect. The symbiotes, on the other hand, bring in Venom Bloom, a twisted symbiote fused with plant life that looks like a walking nightmare of vines and teeth. The symbiotes were hoping for a warrior, but instead they got this bizarre symbiote that none of them have met before. Webweaver observes that Peter and Takuya's suits are too similar, which may cause confusion in battle, so they quickly craft a plan to give Takuya's costume a fresh design using 3D printing technology attached to their web shooters. Takuya then pulls Spider-Ham aside, warning him that he saw what happened with Weapon 8. Spider-Ham expects him to tell the rest of the team, but Takuya simply tells him that he won't, because you scare me, little pig, boosting Spider-Ham's ego even further. The spiders agree that their only chance of survival is to wipe out the symbiotes, all except for Eddie, the only member of the symbiotes who wants to find a way out of these games without sacrificing the spiders or the symbiotes from the multiverse. Spider Prowler disagrees with this plan, reiterating that there is no other solution except to wipe out the symbiotes. Peter tells him bluntly, if you want to go alone, fine. But if you're with us, these are our terms. Spider Prowler grits his teeth and accepts. Peter also asks Takuya if he has brought along Leopardon, his massive mech, and Takuya confirms it's ready for action. Meanwhile, Eddie has a tense conversation with the symbiotes. He admits he's changed and reflects on his time spent as the King in Black. Eddie realizes that if this is truly a fight for existence, then he'll once again embrace the role of the lethal protector of the symbiotes, protecting the symbiotes even if that requires using force. Wrath, sensing his resolve, decides to stand with him. The arena trembles as the symbiotes charge in, only to be met by Leopardon towering over them. Takuya takes control of his tech, ready for battle. But then the real bombshell drops. The mystery member of the symbiote finally reveals himself to be Yaleo. He sheds his jacket to reveal a battle-ready spider armor. I am the last survivor of Planet Spider, bonded with the last symbiote, he declares. Together, we are the blistering apotheosis of revenge, Venom. With that, he summons Centurion, a rival mech as massive and deadly as Leopardon. It's clear that Yaleo is from the same universe as Takuya. The stage is now set for a titanic showdown. Leopardon versus Centurion, spiders versus symbiotes. With Eddie's loyalty hanging by a thread and the multiverse on the line, the Webheart and Hivemind have made it simple. Only one side will survive. And if you're still craving more Spider-Man content, then make sure to check out my Spider-Man playlist or check out the rest of my channel where I upload content just like this every single week. But for the meantime, peace, peace, peace.